Hi students, it's me Praveena. This is a continuation of the last class. Okay, in the last session we have discussed about mechanical translational system, and we have explained, we have studied how a problem can be done, and in that class we have studied about the guidelines, and also we discussed about the basic equations corresponding to mass element, dashpot and spring element. So we can next go to a problem. Okay, and here is the problem question, and I will read the question as: write the differential equations governing the mechanical rotational system shown in the figure. Obtain the transfer function of the system. And a mechanical system is shown in the figure 1, and you can notice that in that mechanical system the mass elements are J1, J2, that is moment of inertia of the mass is shown as J1 and J2, and in between those masses there is a spring with spring constant K, and there is a dashpot B attached to J2. Okay, this is the system, and the applied torque is marked as capital T, and angular displacement to mass element J2 is equal to theta. This is the question. Okay, so you are asked to find out the differential equations governing the mechanical rotational system. Also you are asked to find out a transfer function of the system. So you have to write the differential equations, also you have to find out the transfer function of the system. So it is clearly know that it is a mechanical rotational system, so we have to write the differential equation first. For that we have to remember the guidelines. First of all, what are the applied forces? Applied torque is capital T. Okay, so its response will be T of S. Sorry, its Laplace transform will be T of S. And what is the displacement? Here the displacement is angular displacement due to the applied force. It is in the same direction as that of the applied torque. So the Laplace transform of angular displacement is theta of S. And for doing the problem, we are assuming that the displacement associated with the moment of inertia J1 will be theta 1. So we can write the Laplace transform of theta 1 as theta 1 of S. These are the first assumptions, and we are asked to find out the transfer function. What is the transfer function? Transfer function is the output divided by input. Okay, Laplace transform of output divided by Laplace transform of input will give the transfer function. What is the output here? When we are applying a torque T, output is the angular displacement theta. So the transfer function is theta of S divided by T of S. That is the output. Okay, so we can start to solve the problem. First of all, we have to indicate the nodes in the system. What are the nodes? Usually we are considering the nodes are the mass elements. Here J1 and J2 are the nodes. Next we have to write the differential equation governing the system with reference to this nodes. Okay, so for that we have to draw the free body diagram of each of the node. First we will consider the node J1, and next we will consider the node J2. For drawing the free body diagram of J1, so first of all we have to notice what all are the forces acting on J1. In the figure which is shown in the question, we find that in the J1 there is an applied force T, capital T. Okay, and because of capital T there will be a displacement that is theta 1, and that angular displacement theta 1 will be is in the same direction as that of capital T. So those two quantities we can mark as in the shown in the figure. So there is a J1 in the rightmost part, and applied torque T will be there, and theta 1 is in the same direction as that of capital T. And come to the question, and what are the other forces acting on this J1? We know that due to the torque, applied torque, there will be an opposite torque, and that opposite torque can be represented as a Tj1. Okay, Tj1. So it can be represented opposite to that of the applied torque T. So it is marked in the figure as Tj1, that is marking it as in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, which is opposite to that of the capital T. So, and next, also J1 is connected to spring element K. Okay, J1 is connected to spring element K. So, there will be a force due to opposing force due to the spring element. So, that can be represented as Tk. So, Tk will be opposite to the applied torque T. So, that can be represented like this. So, that means free body diagram of J1 contains applied torque T, theta 1, Tj1 and Tk. So, we can simply write the equations for each of these terms. So, what is Tj1? Tj1 is the opposite force due to the moment of inertia of the body, moment of inertia of mass of the body. So, Tj1 can be written as Tj1 will be equal to J1 into d square theta 1 divided by dt square. Okay. And what is Tk? Tk can be written as Tk will be equal to K into theta 1 minus theta 2. Here we are representing the equation for Tk as K into theta 1 minus theta. Why theta 1 minus theta comes in that equation? We know that spring K is connected between two masses. So there will be two displacement associated with the K. Since we are considering the node J1, we are assuming that the theta 1 associated with J1 will be greater than that of theta associated with J2. So, we are writing the equation of Tk as K into theta 1 minus theta. Okay, you got the idea? Since K is connected between J1 and J2, so there will be two displacement. So, we are taking the differential displacement. So, we can write the equation of Tk as K into theta 1 minus theta. That is the point. Okay. So, we got the equations. By Newton's second law, we know that applied torque will be equal to opposing torque. So, we can write Tj1 plus Tk equal to T. So, substituting the value of Tj1 and Tk, we will get J1 into d square theta 1 divided by dt square plus K into theta 1 minus theta is equal to capital T. So, by multiplying the terms inside the bracket with outside quantity, we will get J1 into d square theta 1 divided by dt square plus K into theta 1 minus K into theta will be equal to capital T. This is equation number 1. Okay. You got the differential equation corresponding to the moment of inertia of the mass J1 as equation number 1. Okay. Next, what is the next step? Once we get the differential equation, we have to find out its Laplace transform. That is the step, okay, which is given in the guidelines. So, when we are taking the Laplace transform of equation 1, we will get with initial conditions 0. Okay, that is the point. We have to take the Laplace transform of the differential equation with initial condition 0. So, we will get J1 into first term. What is the Laplace transform of first term? J1 into s square into theta 1 of s plus what is the Laplace transform of next term? K into theta 1 of s minus K into theta of s equal to T of s. So, we can take theta 1 of s commonly outside. So, the equation will become J1 s square plus K into theta 1 of s minus K into theta of s is equal to T of s. That is equation number 2. So, we got the equation connecting theta 1 of s, theta of s and T of s. So, what is the next step? This is the equation corresponding to moment of inertia of mass J1. So, next we have to consider moment of inertia J2. Okay. So, we have to write the differential equation. We have to, first of all, we have to draw the free body diagram of J2. That is the first step. For that, we are drawing J2. And what are the forces acting on J2? The forces acting on J2 are, there is no applied force. Okay. There is no applied torque. But there is a displacement theta corresponding to J2. Okay. That is in the same direction as that applied torque. But there is no direct force applying to node J2. But due to the moment of inertia J2 of the mass element, there will be an opposing torque. So, that can be represented as Tj2. Also, there is a spring element attached to J2. So, due to that, there will be an opposing force that can be represented as Tk. And also, there is a dashpot B. Due to that dashpot, there will be an opposing force. So, that can be represented as Tb. Okay, these all are the forces. How many forces are acting? Tk, Tb, Tj2. Okay, three forces are opposing forces are acting there. There is no applied force. There is a displacement theta. So we can draw the free body diagram of J2, mass element J2, moment of inertia J2. So that is seen in the next figure. So for the J2, what are the forces? Theta is acting there, Tj2 is there, Tb is there, and Tk. So next we have to write the equation for Tj2, Tk and Tb separately. So what is Tj2? Tj2 is the torque due to moment of inertia of the body, that is equal to J2 into d square theta by dt square. And then what is Tb? Tb is the opposing force due to dashpot, that is equal to b into d theta divided by dt. Next Tk, that is the opposing force due to spring element. Tk will be equal to k into theta minus theta 1. Here theta minus theta 1 comes because k is connected between moment of inertia J1 and J2. There will be two displacement attached to associate with k. One is theta 1 and other is theta. Since we are considering the free body diagram of J2, so theta, we are assuming that theta is greater. That is why k into theta minus theta 1 comes. So next we can apply Newton's second law. According to that law, sum of applied force is equal to sum of opposing forces. So there is no applied forces. There is only opposing forces. So we can write the equation as Tj2 plus Tb plus Tk will be equal to 0. Substituting each of the term, we will get J2 into d square theta divided by dt square plus b into d theta divided by dt plus k into theta minus theta 1 will be equal to 0. So J2 into d square theta by dt square plus b into d theta by dt plus k into theta minus k into theta 1 equal to 0. So this is the equation, and we have to find out the Laplace transform of this equation with the 0 initial conditions. So when we are applying Laplace transform to this equation, we will get J2 into s square theta of s plus b into s into theta of s plus k into theta of s minus k into theta 1 of s will be equal to 0. In this equation, we can take theta of s outside. So that equation will become J2 into s square plus b into s plus k into theta of s minus k into theta 1 of s. In this equation, we can take k into theta 1 of s to right side of the equal to symbol, and we can find out theta 1 of s. So we will get theta 1 of s will be equal to J2 into s square plus b into s plus k divided by capital K into theta of s. That will be equation number 3. So we got the equation for theta 1 of s, that is equation number 3. We know that we have another equation in the previous slide, that is equation number 2. In that, in equation number 2, there is a term theta 1 of s. Okay. So in equation number 2, there is theta 1 of s, and from equation number 3, we got the value of theta 1 of s. So we can simply substitute the value of theta 1 of s to this equation. That is, we can substitute equation number 3 to equation number 2. Okay. In equation number 2, there is theta 1 of s. So we can substitute the value of theta 1 of s to this equation. So we can simply substitute theta 1 of s from equation 3 to equation number 2. So this will give the equation as J1 into s square plus k into J2 into s square plus bs plus k divided by k into theta of s minus k into theta of s equal to t of s. So this is an equation which contains theta of s common. So we can take theta of s outside, and also we can simply rearrange the terms. So J1 into s square plus k into J2 into s square plus bs plus k minus k whole divided by k equal to into theta of s is equal to t of s. Okay. So this is an equation which relates input t of s and output theta of s. So we are asked to find a transfer function. So we know that transfer function is output divided by input. So from the from this equation we know that theta of s divided by t of s is the transfer function that will be equal to k divided by j1 s square plus k into j2 s square plus bs plus k minus k square. So this is the transfer function. So we can simply write down the three results. First we are asked to find out the differential equation. So since there are two nodes or two moment of inertia, there will be two differential equations. So we can write it as a differential equation governing the system are, first differential equation is j1 d square theta 1 by dt square plus k into theta 1 minus k theta equal to t. And second differential equation is j2 into d square theta by dt square plus b into d theta by dt plus k theta minus k theta 1 equal to 0. These two equations are we already find out from the previous sessions. And third question is that we have to find out the transfer function. So the transfer function of the system is theta of s by t of s, that is equal to k divided by j1 s square plus k into j2 s square plus bs plus k minus k square. This is the solution for this question. Okay, this is similar to that of mechanical translation system. Only difference is that there is difference in notations of displacement. So in that case we are using x as displacement, here we are using angular displacement as theta. Okay, that is the difference, and all other procedures are same. Okay, so you can easily solve this. So I will give you a question that write the differential equation governing the mechanical rotational system shown in the figure 1 and determine the transfer function theta of s by t of s. So you are asked to find out the differential equation governing the mechanical rotational system, and you have to find out the transfer function theta of s divided by t of s. And the figure is shown. In the figure there are two mass elements, that is moment of inertia, that is J1 and J2, and the applied torque is capital T, that is acting on J1, and due to that applied torque there is a displacement theta 1, that is corresponding to J1, and there is a spring K connected between J1 and J2, and there is a dashpot connected between J1 and J2, that is given as B12. There is another dashpot B connected to J2. Due to that B, there is a displacement theta. So this is a system that is shown in the figure, and next you have to write the differential equation corresponding to this system. So that is a homework problem. You should do it. I will ask you the answer. So do it properly. So the procedures are similar. So first of all you have to draw the free body diagram of J1. Next you have to draw the free body diagram of J2, and you should mark all the opposite forces acting on J1 and all the opposite forces acting on J2. Then you can solve the problem. Okay. So it is a simple problem. You do it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through messages. Okay. So in the next class we will meet with another topic. Okay, bye.